Hello everyone. Today we will do the lesson 2.2, the 3 important questions. So these are the 3 important questions which keeps on lingering in each and everyone's mind. That is, what is the right time to do anything? And who are the most important or the right people to whom we should help or with whom we should be? Third is, what is the right thing or the right task or the right work to be done by us? So there was a king. He was very confused always, and he was feeling, every time he was thinking about these 3 questions he had in his mind. Like, what is the right time, who are the right people, and what is the right thing to be done by him. So what he did, he declared, he made a proclamation in that entire village, in the entire kingdom, asking these 3 questions. In ancient times there used to be a drummer. He used to beat the drum and roam about in the entire village and just announce whatever the king has told. So the drummer moves into the village and he says that whosoever will give the answers for these questions, the king is going to give him a very good reward. So the entire villagers, so they all came to know about these 3 questions. And the next day in the court, there were many counselors and there were priests and many people were sitting over there, as well as the king over there. So many people came in. There were many of them who had given different kinds of answers to the king. Now some said that we should have the right people, means we should have the right proper kind of doctors in our kingdom, so that the doctors can take the care of the people and all. And some were of the opinion that right counselors should be there so that they can give proper and correct advice. And some were into the opinion that whatever comes in our way, that should be the right time. But some of them were of the opinion that to do any task or to do anything, we should make a proper timetable. That is a proper timetable with the dates, the months and the years. Then according to that, according to the number of days what we have, we should do the right thing. But definitely the king was not convinced with these answers. And moreover, some people went to the extent of saying that we should give more importance to the science. Some were of the opinion that religious things should be given more importance. Some were of the opinion that the warfare, ammunition, this all should be increased in our kingdom. So definitely the king was not convinced with all these answers. So he decided to visit a hermit, to visit sage, and who will who used to stay in the forest, deep down into the forest. In his very small hut he was staying, and he never entertained the common people. Common people means, I mean to say here, the kings and all sorts of great personalities, because he was a very common person, and he didn't wanted like that such hi-fi people should come and meet him. He never entertained that. So what did the king decide? The king decided that he will go in normal simple robes, normal simple clothes, and visit the hermit. Whom he wanted to visit? He wanted to visit the hermit. So the king, he just moved with his horse and with his few people, he just went into the forest. But before reaching the hut, in the middle of the way only, he left his horse, he left his people, and he walked down towards where the hermit was staying. So when he reached over there, what did he see? He saw the hermit digging the ground, digging the soil to do some farming work. The king approached the hermit and asked him and told him that I have come from such and such place. He did not say that he was a king, because definitely the hermit is not going to entertain him. So he just approached him as a common man, and he said that I am so and so and have come from such a village, and dear hermit, just please let me know what are the three things, like to what we should give more and more important. So my question is, what is the right time to do a particular thing? Who are the right people with whom we should live or with whom we should associate with? And what is the proper time to do a particular task or a particular work? The hermit listened to him, but the hermit ignored his questions, and the hermit was busy doing his work, digging. Like that, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours passed by. Again the king asked him the same questions, but the hermit just gives a look at him, and again he is doing his work. Now what happens then? After some time the king says, king means here for the hermit, he is not the king. So what does he say? You are very tired, so let me do the work for you. So here also again the hermit doesn't utter a single word, and he just gives him the spade, that is the tool with which he was digging the soil. So he gave this spade to the king, and he just went and sat aside. So half the work, like the king also dug the soil, and after some time, poor thing, poor man, again he is repeating the same questions to the hermit. But once again, the hermit doesn't answer him. He is quiet, he is silent, he doesn't open his mouth, he doesn't respond to his questions. So, of course, the king was getting irritated because the hermit was not answering him. But then he wanted these questions, and the hermit, being a very clever person, he knows that very well. So he thought, okay, it's fine, maybe after some time the hermit will answer my questions. Then again after some time the hermit says that, now you take some rest, now let me do the remaining work. The king sits down and the hermit starts his work. Again, now almost it is like getting evening time, the sun is setting, and the king again tried to give a try to the hermit by asking the same or repeating the same questions. And he said, see, I have come from so far, and from morning, like I'm trying to ask you, putting up these questions to you, and please answer me. Why are you not answering to my questions? At that very moment, there is some hustle bustle in that forest. It's as if someone is running towards the hut where these people were. Someone was coming towards the hut, running, panting for breath. So the next moment they see that a man is injured. He comes running towards the hut and he collapses on the ground in front of them. He fell down. Immediately the king and the hermit attend to him. But what did they see now? That the man is bleeding profusely. That man is bleeding profusely. Profusely means what? Too much. Heavily. Continuously the blood was flowing. So it was really very critical and a very dangerous situation. What did the king do? Whatever, some cloth or something was there, the towel or something, the king, what he did, he just took that towel and put it on the wound, that is on the stomach of the man. And he tried to just, keep that towel, and the towel was soaking the entire blood. And then he squeezed it, and again he puts the same towel on the wound. So like this they continuously did for some time till the wound stopped bleeding. And then by this time the man started regaining his consciousness. Means he was means he was like coming to his senses. And at that moment he asks for something to drink. So the king gives him some water, of course from the hermit's hut only. That man, he has some water and just again collapses because he is very tired, injured, as well as so much of bleeding. He doesn't have any strength to be awake, and he just lies down and goes to sleep like. And the king on the other side, now he is the king, moreover he came galloping on the horse to the hermit, and from morning he is asking the hermit the questions, and upon that he has been doing lot of digging work over there, which definitely the kings are not used to do such hard work, isn't it? So what happened? By this time, the king was also very, very exhausted and very tired, and even he went to sleep. So after some time, or the night passed out, when he woke up, he saw the man who was injured. He is looking at the king. The king saw this scene, and the king was just looking at him. At that moment, the man says, "Forgive me." What did the man say? The man is asking for forgiveness. Why do you think he was asking for forgiveness? Now we don't know. So let's move ahead. So he says, "Forgive me." The king says, "I don't know who you are." Then why should I forgive you? Because I don't know at all. Who are you? So what did the man reply? The man said that, "I am the one who have come to kill you." This was very shocking. Now why did that man want to kill the king? Now what does the man say? The man says that it was the king who had killed this man's brother. The brother of this man was killed. By whom? By the king. And the king had taken away all the property. And that's the reason I have come here to take revenge on you. And what was his plan? This man very well knew that the king will meet the hermit, and after meeting him, this hermit will go alone, because he had come alone there from half the way. So what did he planned out? That while coming out from the hut, this king will be alone. No bodyguards will be there with the king. So that time it will be very easy for this man to take revenge or to kill the king. This was the plot. This was the plan, that is called as a wicked plan, which the man had made against the king. But now what happened? This man is feeling guilty. Of course, he shared his story, that why he had come over here and why he wanted to kill the king. But then at the same time, why he is saying, "Forgive me"? Why do you think he is saying forgive me? Because children, the man feels guilty over here because he came there with the aim of taking revenge on the king, that is to kill him. But what did the king do in return actually? He saved the man's life. But see, this was done, automatically, all of a sudden. The situation demanded that. The king didn't know who was he, but the man very well knew who was the king. And what was his intention? The man's intention was to kill the king. But still the king saved the man's life. Though it was unknowingly whatever was done by the king. So this man here feels very, very guilty. Now, see, to whom I have come to kill, that same person has saved my life. So he feels that, he has become very self-conscious. It is pricking his mind that I was going to do something very, very wrong to the king, but now this king has saved my life, so I must confess. And that's the reason why the man confessed to him. So now this story the man told the king. So the king also feels sorry that gone were the days when he had done something wrong. So king said, see, the situation was like that, and that's the reason why I saved your life. Any human being would have done this at that moment. So I have not done anything very, very extraordinary. This was something very natural. This is something very instinctively it came into my mind that you were injured, you were collapsing, and that time it was my prime responsibility or my prime moral duty that I have to save the man's life. Other than that, there's nothing else. But then while leaving, he also said that I will send my physician to you to take care of you. Saying this, he came out of the hut. And again he sees the hermit doing his work. So the king thought, let me give a try now. Again while going, let us try one more time and ask the hermit. Maybe at least now the hermit will answer these 3 questions. So again he puts up these questions to the hermit. What did the hermit say, children? Now the hermit said that you have the answers with you only about these questions. So why are you asking me? You already have the answers for that. The king is surprised. The king says, how come? How is it that I know the answers of this? So the hermit says, see, first and foremost, when you came here to ask me these questions, you found me digging the ground. So what was your immediate reaction? That let me help you. And you started digging the ground. So that was the important thing at that moment to do. And I was the most important person at that moment. So the answers are with you. The second incident, like when the man came and he collapsed in front of us. What did you do at that moment? You gave him immediate medical help. Yes, you gave him immediate medical help. That was the need of the hour. That moment, that work had to be done. And you did that. And who was the most important person? The most important person at that moment was the injured man. So you have your answers with you. Moreover, he says that we should react or we should act upon whenever or whatever the situations comes into our life. So we ourselves have the answers for this. And he said that you have come into this life to help someone. And that's the reason why you helped this injured man. So you have done a very good deed. That is a very good, or we can say the right thing. At the right moment, at the right time. So these are the answers for your 3 questions. So that's the end of the story. So what do we learn from this lesson now? That we cannot predict anything. If something happens like this, then I will do like this. No, we cannot do that. In our life, we come across many people, many of them, n number of people belonging to different categories, different status. But then, it's we who automatically understand who are the right person in our life, with whom we should cooperate, with whom we should mingle, so that their life as well as my life also will be good. That means being with good people enriches our life. It enhances our life. It nurtures our life. So it's we who can decide what kind of people should be there in my life. If I find myself something going wrong in my life, or if I am finding myself in a very difficult situation, then who will be the person who will come to me to help me? So we should be with such kind of people. Moreover, what is the hermit trying to tell? That Even if we go across, even if we are going somewhere and on the way we come across someone, a beggar who is very badly in need, he has not eaten for days. So, what is our prime duty over there? Our prime duty is to help that beggar in whatever way we can. That is known as a good human being. That means, well, that is the reason why we are into this life. God has given us life. But then we should utilize that life into proper action. So it is always said that we should be with the good people. Moreover, good people means at that moment who is wanting our help, who is wanting us for the moral support. If we stand next to them, that is the right time, that is the right people, that is the right thing what you are doing. So automatically the king gets the answers for his 3 questions, and of course even we get. So that is the message what we get from this lesson. So children, that is always 3 monkeys of Gandhiji. And what is that? What is that 3 monkeys they say? That is not to see bad, not to say bad, not to listen bad. But then what we can add over here is think good, do good, act good. So this is how we can be good human beings. Then automatically the earth will become a better place to live. There will be no conflicts between anyone. If you are trying to help a person who is in need at that very moment, but then at that very moment if you are not helping that person, then our life is meaningless. It is useless. It doesn't make any sense. Now, why are we on this earth? So, right time, right thing to the right people at that specific moment is the answer which we have for these 3 questions, and the writer wants us to act accordingly as and how the situation demands. I just hope, children, that you all have understood this lesson very nicely. The 3 important questions. Thank you, children.